From parades to the heart of the earth. In this video, I am going to take you to several not so well known places and things here in the Shenandoah Valley. Well, at least some of them are not so well known. But wait, make sure you hang around to the end of the video, because if you don't, you will miss a great place where you can go and horse around here in the Shenandoah Valley. So let's go ahead and get started right now.
Where do we go from here? Where do we go from here?
If this is your first time to the channel, my name is Stefan, and along with my wife Leslie, we are real estate agents here in Virginia's beautiful mountains and valleys, and we get phone calls all the time from folks who are looking to sell a home or to buy a home, and we absolutely love to meet folks and love to help them with all their real estate needs. So it doesn't matter when you're looking to sell, 9 days or 90 days. Give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. That information is in the description below, and we will help you by meeting your real estate needs. Oh, by the way, if you like our channel and you like the videos, learning more about the real estate information here, but also the videos like about today, where we're talking about some of the not so well-known places and things here in the Shenandoah Valley, we'd be honored if you just click on that subscribe button and touch that bell icon, and you will be notified whenever one of our videos comes out so that you can keep up to date on all the current real estate trends and information here in the Shenandoah Valley. Like I said earlier, today we are going to talk about several not so well known places and things here in the Shenandoah Valley. And you may have heard of some of them before, especially if you live around here in the area. But the first place, which I think is just a really, really cool place that some people don't know about, is the Route 11 Potato Chip Factory. The Route 11 Potato Chip Factory is found just outside of Mount Jackson, Virginia. The Route 11 Potato Chip Factory has multiple different types of chips: dill pickle, Chesapeake crab, salt and pepper, and Leslie's favorite, sweet potato. But if you're really into getting something hot, make sure you try their Montezuma's Revenge. You say, try it, what do you mean? Well, when you go there, first of all, you can watch through a window and you can watch them through their chip making process, where they produce over 600 pounds of chip per hour when they're making chips. So, wow, that's a lot of potato chips. And of course, when you're there, you get some free samples, and I have no doubt that you'll probably want to take some home with you. And of course, there's multiple ways that you can purchase chips there. Of course, you can just purchase a regular bag of chips. You can purchase variety packs, and you can even purchase gift tins while you are there. You say, well, I want to try Route 11 potato chips, and trust me, they are really good. But I don't live near Mount Jackson, Virginia. Well, the news is good. All you need to do is to go on to their website, and you can order those potato chips, and they will be shipped straight to your home. The Route 11 Potato Chip Factory has received multiple awards and recognitions throughout the year. As a matter of fact, they've been featured in places like the Food Network magazine and in Good Housekeeping. If you want to go and visit the Route 11 Potato Chip Factory, you'll want to make sure you do that between 9 o'clock and 5 o'clock on Monday through Saturday. But before you go, make sure you give them a call just to make sure that they're making potato chips, because you wouldn't want to miss out on how those potato chips are made, which is a really, really neat thing. So if you go to the Route 11 Potato Chip Factory, you have to make sure that you set aside time to travel an entire 7/10 of a mile down the road to go to our next destination. Have you ever been sitting in your living room on New Year's Day and enjoy watching the parades, like the Rose Bowl parade and the Orange Bowl parade, or whatever parades go on New Year's Day? Well, our next destination gives you an opportunity to get up close and personal to some of those parade floats in a 40,000 square foot museum. The American Celebration on Parade Museum is located, like I said, just 7/10 of a mile from the Route 11 Potato Chip Factory. While you're there, imagine taking a look at seeing floats that are made of giant ducks and a 21-foot long rollerblade. Imagine a 30-foot tall genie and a massive American flag used at presidential inaugurations made from 5,000 square yards of crushed silk. And there's some 20 floats there, and there's other memorabilia that you will see that were used in multiple well-known parades here in the United States. The late owner, Earl Hargrove Jr., ran a company that staged trade shows, conventions, and presidential inaugurations. And it's his brainchild behind this museum. He needed a place to store his treasures, and as it's been said, his wife wasn't really happy about having them around the house all the time. So he ended up building this 40,000 square foot warehouse to make sure that he could house all these amazing pieces of art. Today, his children run the operation, and the best thing about it is it's all free to go and see. Now, you can donate if you like, and many people do, but like I say, what a neat thing to see, and unless you've been there, you just can't understand it until you see some of these floats, and many of them are interactive, and it's just a really, really neat place to go and to visit right near Mount Jackson. So American Celebration on Parade leads me to my next not so well known place here in the Shenandoah Valley. Although this place really is pretty well known, and that is because American Celebration on Parade is actually part of Shenandoah Caverns. And did you know that Virginia is home to many, many caves in the Shenandoah Valley area? And while many of those caves are fairly well known, there may be multiple caves that you've never visited and that you may not know of. Each cave has its own unique history and interesting facts, and even some famous people who have visited them as well. When you're in these caves, you're going to see structures like Rainbow Lakes, Breakfast Bacon, Giant's Hall, the Chandelier, and even a great stalactite organ. When driving up Interstate 81, there is one cave that you absolutely cannot miss, and that is Endless Caverns just south of Newmarket. You say, why can't you miss it? Well, if you live here in the area, you know why. But if you don't live in the area, it's because they have a massive sign on the mountainside that says Endless Caverns. The sign, I remember the first time I saw it, and I wonder how tall that sign is. So I went home and I looked it up, and I found out that each letter on that sign is 70 feet tall. To give you an idea of 70 feet, if you were to take two school buses and put them end to end and then turn them up on their side, that would be how high one of those letters is in that sign. You know, that's just amazing to think about that. To think about a building, I mean, you could imagine a building that's 7 stories tall. That's how big those letters are. Just a really neat thing here that's become its own landmark in the Shenandoah Valley. And of course, many of the caves have their own campgrounds and other recreational opportunities. And you can have different types of activities in the caves as well. As a matter of fact, you can take, in some of the caves, or all the caves, you can take just a regular tour of the cave. And in some of the caves, you can actually get spelunking equipment and put that helmet on and the knee pads and the elbow pads, and you can crawl through some of those tiny crevices in the cave. And like I say, just a really neat thing, especially if you like caves. If you like being underground, you definitely have no shortage of caves here in the Shenandoah Valley, where you can see the underside of the Shenandoah Valley. For our next stop on our tour of not so well known places and things in the Shenandoah Valley, I am calling on all lords and ladies to assemble just north of the small town of Mount Solon, Virginia. Legend has it that in 1821, a certain lovely young lady named Lucy Ann would not decide between two suitors. Her uncle, having just read an exciting new novel, Ivanhoe, by Sir Walter Scott, declared the matter of suitors would be settled by the ancient and chivalric method of a joust. Lucy Ann was duly wed to the winner, and the tournament was such a resounding success and met with such local enthusiasm that it became an annual event at Natural Chimneys. And today, 202 years later, at Natural Chimneys Park, the legend of the joust lives on. Today, and for many years, the Natural Chimneys Jousting Association, which is part of the National Jousting Association, meets in June and August to host jousting events. The events that take place every June and August focus on the skill and expertise of jousting as a knighted participants of all ages compete by racing down an 80-yard track trying to catch 3 rings on a lance. It's a fun and exciting day, whether you're competing or just there as a spectator. The Natural Chimneys Park is also home to the National Jousting Association Hall of Fame. Yes, there really is a Jousting Hall of Fame. Since 1979, individuals from multiple states have been inducted into this Hall of Fame right here in Augusta County. So if you are the chivalrous type, it would definitely do you well to go by. Who knows? Maybe you'll even join up with the Natural Chimneys Jousting Association, but definitely go there and enjoy the type of jousting that they do right here in Augusta County. So at the beginning of the video, I told you that you wanted to hang around for our last stop on our tour of not so well-known places and things in the Shenandoah Valley so that you would find a great place to horse around. Well, our last stop takes us to the small town of Lexington, Virginia. And some of you who live here in the area and live in Lexington are saying, oh, he is going to talk about the Lexington Horse Center. And actually, that is not right. But I would say that the Lexington Horse Center is a fantastic place to horse around. And if you love horses, you have got to go to the Lexington Horse Center for the many shows and the many different things that they do there. Matter of fact, the Lexington Horse Center is known nationwide and has events there that have attracted people from around the nation and even around the world. So it's a great resource to have there in Lexington. And yeah, it is a great place to horse around. But the place that I'm talking about sits on the campus of Virginia Military Institute. Virginia Military Institute is nearly 200 years old and was founded in 1839, and it has its own VMI Museum. Touring the museum there, you will step back and look at things from history from 200 years. Today at the museum, you can horse around as you view Little Sorrel, Stonewall Jackson's famous horse. Little Sorrel served Jackson faithfully through many Civil War battles, including the Battle of Chancellorsville, where Jackson was shot in the arm by his own troops, believing him to be the enemy. Several days later, he died from his wounds, and while his body is buried in Lexington, the coat he was wearing on the day he was shot survives today at the museum, and you can actually see the bullet hole in the arm of the coat that led to Jackson's demise. If you go to the museum, you can be led on about a 45-minute tour by one of the cadets there, and best of all, that tour is free. And that does it for today's tour of the not so well-known places and things in the Shenandoah Valley. And you know, the things that we looked at today are just a handful of the not so well-known or maybe well-known places here in Virginia's beautiful mountains and valleys. You know, that's one of the neat things about our mountains and valleys. It seems like around every corner there's an adventure or something that you didn't maybe know was there. And that's one of the reasons Leslie and I, we love to get out, and sometimes we just love to drive those back roads and see what we can find. And generally, we always find something we didn't know before, and we find that hidden gem or that golden nugget. So if you live here in the area, maybe you're looking to sell your home, or Maybe you're looking to purchase a home, or maybe you don't live here in the area at all and you're looking to purchase a home here in the area. You know, like I said earlier, Leslie and I, we get phone calls and emails and texts all the time from folks who are looking to sell their home or purchase a home, and we consider it an honor to help those folks when they call. So it doesn't matter when you're looking to move, today, tomorrow, 9 days, 90 days, you just let us know and we'll be happy to help you by meeting all your real estate needs. So, here at the end of this video, until next time, we will see you around town.